You hear something clanging on Pier 8 last night? That old destroyer they're supposed to be scrapping? Yeah, half the duty section heard it. Command said it was rigging shifting in the wind. There was no wind last night.
Naval Base San Diego, 32nd Street to the people who work there, is the largest surface ship base on the West Coast, home to thousands of sailors and dozens of ships at any given time. Officially, its problems are the kind that make headlines: budget overruns, maintenance backlogs, and in 2020, a 5-day fire aboard the USS Bonham, Richard, so severe the ship was scrapped rather than repaired. Unofficially, the sailors who serve there will tell you the base has a different kind of problem, one that doesn't show up in any incident report. Submitted by a former sailor who served aboard a surface ship home port at 32nd Street, he asked to remain anonymous. Listen to what he says.
There were a few older ships tied up at the far piers, waiting to be decommissioned, just rusting there until the Navy figured out what to do with them. Duty section occasionally got tasked with rounds that took us past those piers at night, and nobody liked pulling that watch. More than once, guys reported hearing clanging coming from inside one of those decommissioned hulls, like someone doing maintenance in the middle of the night. Except there was no maintenance scheduled, and when duty officers checked, the ship was locked up tight, no lights, no signs of entry. One guy swore he saw a silhouette pass a porthole on a ship that had been fully powered down for months. When he mentioned it to an older chief, the chief just said, "Yeah, that one's known for that," like it was nothing.
Submitted through a military ghost story forum, this one comes from inside the barracks housing junior sailors on base. She writes, "My roommate and I both noticed our closet door would open on its own every night around the same time, even after we wedged it shut with towels. We joked about it constantly, gave whoever it was a nickname. A couple nights it stopped being funny, mostly the nights we'd hear breathing right outside the door before it swung open. We put in a maintenance request just to have something on record. They looked at the hinges, told us nothing was wrong with them. Sorry for interrupting. Please subscribe if you want more of these. It actually helps more than you think. Back to the stories." From a civilian shipyard worker who spent years doing maintenance on Navy vessels in dry dock at the base. He writes, "Dry dock work is its own kind of miserable. You're under these massive hulls at all hours, metal groaning as it settles. Most of what sounds supernatural down there is just physics. But there was one ship, older hull, rough deployment behind it, where guys on different shifts reported hearing someone sprinting along an upper deck, boots hitting steel, full pace. Every time somebody checked, the deck was empty, hatches secured. It happened often enough that guys stopped checking. They just waited out." From a sailor who stood topside watch aboard a ship tied up in port, he writes, "It was around 0200, dead quiet. I caught movement near the aft mooring line. Figure it was another watch standard doing rounds. I called out to identify himself. No response, but I could still see someone standing near the lifelines. I grabbed my flashlight, walked over. Nobody there. Nowhere for anyone to have gone that fast. The space was fully enclosed on that end. I logged it as nothing, because what else are you supposed to write? Old ships settle and groan. Wind does strange things in a harbor full of steel hulls. Tired sailors on mid-watch see shapes that aren't there. Maybe that explains all of it. But from a base with as much history, tragedy, and human density packed into one stretch of waterfront, it's easy to see why so many sailors who serve there agree on one thing. 32nd Street has problems that go well beyond budget overruns and maintenance backlogs. If you've served at 32nd Street, North Island, or Point Loma and have your own story, I want to hear it. Drop in the comments or send it in. Thanks for sticking around for the after action. Funny enough, San Diego was the first base one of my buddy ever set foot on after boot camp, and he got completely turned around trying to find a chow hall on his first night. Walked in a giant circle for 20 minutes because every building on that base looks identical in the dark. Story for another day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. If you got a story of your own, I want to hear it. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.